So I was explaining that to them, that even though the Lord may seem distant or he may not answer when you want him to, he's still there. And he wants us to learn and really dig deep into him and build that faith that it takes to be able to get past that, even if he doesn't give us the answer. Because how can you build faith if you don't go through something that pushes you to the edge? I've been learning that, so I started speaking from that testimony in my life of how I went from on the edge to coming back to the Lord after all these questions and all these things had come when they just weren't desired in my life. And how the Lord finally said, Shon, I allowed this to happen because I needed this, I needed you to grow in this area, and that would only occur if this particular event took place, because it was something that was so important to you that if it was removed, you would be challenged. And you would have to seek me in order to be able to gain that peace and that joy that you were putting into this, and you were trying to gain that joy from this thing. But that's not where it should come from. It should come from me. And so after a huge humbling from the Lord, I told them, these things have happened, but it's to make you grow, it's to make you better. I wish I could give you the exact reason. I could hear from God right now and give you the answers to why those things happen. But as much as I can just give from the knowledge, from the testimony that I have and the story that I have, I can say that God will answer you. He will for sure answer you. Keep asking, seeking, and knocking, and you will find him. He will answer you. And he promised us that he would never leave us nor forsake us. He also promised us that he has a plan and a future for us, a plan to give us great things and a hope, not to harm us or, to destroy us, but to make us greater than we are. And one of the kids just stopped me as I was talking and said, you know what, you have convinced me now to give my life back to Christ. And the other kid was kind of teetering, but they were leaning towards giving their lives back to the Lord again. After my struggle, it was just so encouraging and amazing to see and hear that the struggle that hit me and that I didn't understand and that I didn't want was able to impact 2 other people's lives. Almost like God had put me through that challenge and that difficulty for them. And if that had not happened, I would not have been able to come from a place of understanding the hurt that they had and the pain that they felt. And because of that challenge, I could understand and I could speak to them through experience. And they listened. And so God afterwards just kind of said, now Shon, you are beginning to understand fully, you're getting to the 100% level as to why this happened. I was just kind of quiet afterward, and we had left at this point. I was just kind of quiet afterward, and when we got back to where we were staying, I just started praying. I was like, thank you, God. Thank you, God, for using me to be able to minister to these kids. And I thank you for that challenge that you put me through. Even though it wasn't fun at the beginning, I'm thankful that I went through it now. The big thing I got from that was that God used my pain and the understanding gained from that to plant a seed in 2 kids' lives. That he used me in a bigger way than I thought would happen on the tour. So I got to see him show up in my life, answer some questions in my life, and be able to minister to these kids and plant the seed that someone else will get to water and eventually get to see grow. So that was my favorite memory from tour.